The Child Who Found the Moon's Light. Once upon a time, in a quiet little village at the edge of a forest, there lived a curious child named Lydia. She loved the stars, the whisper of the wind, and the gentle glow of the moon that kept her company each night. But one evening, Lydia noticed something strange. The moon no longer shone. Its silver light had faded, and it looked pale and lonely in the sky. People in the village worried. "How will we travel by night? How will the tides move without the moon's light?" they asked. But Lydia did not fear. Her heart whispered, "If the moon has lost its light, I must help it find it again." And so, with nothing but her courage and her calm heart, Lydia set off on a journey. Her first stop was the whispering forest. The trees leaned low, their branches twisting, their leaves murmuring strange and confusing words. Some whispered of fear, others of anger, others of secrets never told. The voices tangled until they became a storm of sound that made Lydia's head ache. Many would have run, but Lydia remembered. Patience can turn noise into meaning. She closed her eyes, stood very still, and listened. Slowly, the storm softened. The trees began to sing a gentle tune, showing her a hidden path glowing with fireflies. She bowed in thanks, knowing patience had guided her through. Beyond the forest lay the talking lake. Its waters shimmered with silver light, and when Lydia looked in, she saw her own reflection only not as she was, but as she had been in moments of doubt. She saw herself frightened, angry, even jealous. "These are my shadows," she whispered, "but they are still part of me." Instead of pushing the images away, she smiled softly and placed her hand in the water. At once, the lake grew calm. It lifted a single drop, a silver tear, and placed it in her palm. "For the moon," it whispered, "because you have accepted what you are." Farther on, Lydia reached the sky itself, where the dancing clouds spun in circles, blocking her path. They swirled fast, sometimes bright as gold, sometimes dark as storm. When Lydia tried to step forward, the clouds whirled tighter, laughing like playful tricksters. She could have shouted or fought them, but instead she called out gently, "Oh, clouds, you are so full of joy. May I dance with you?" Surprised by her kindness, the clouds slowed. They lifted her high into the sky, twirling with her among the stars, before placing her gently on the other side. As a farewell gift, they left behind a glowing beam of sunlight, warm as hope. But the greatest trial came at the foot of the mountain of shadows. A great beast rose from the rocks, its eyes glowing red, its form shifting like smoke. It blocked the path with a roar that shook the earth. Lydia's heart raced, but she remembered. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the mastery of it. She placed her hand on her chest, calmed her breath, and said, "I see you, Shadow, but I will not fight you. You have no power unless I give it to you." The beast wavered, then dissolved into the wind, leaving the way clear. At last, Lydia climbed to the mountain's peak, where the moon waited, pale and trembling. She placed before it the silver tear from the lake and the golden ray from the clouds. The moon glowed faintly, but its light was not yet whole. Lydia looked up and whispered, "You do not need only gifts from others. Your true light has always been within you. You have only forgotten it." The moon quivered, then shone brighter, brighter still, until silver beams washed over the mountains, the forests, and the seas. The whole world lit up again. Villagers far below cheered, animals stirred, and even the stars seemed to sparkle more brightly. The moon spoke in a gentle voice only Lydia could hear. "Child, you have reminded me of my strength, and in doing so, you have found your own patience, kindness, acceptance, courage, these are brighter than any light. Lydia smiled, her heart warm. She had set out to help the moon, but she returned with a treasure greater than starlight. She knew now that whenever life grew dark, the light she needed would always be waiting not in the sky, but within herself. From that night on, whenever the moon shone in the sky, Lydia remembered her journey. And the moon, glowing stronger than ever, remembered her too.